What's going on, Seahawks? Welcome to another episode of Seahawks Central Sports. We're going to catch you up on the spring sports from the past week, including what I'm most excited about, the start of baseball season.
That's right, and we'll also check in with our men's and women's basketball teams, plus an update on tennis, track, and softball. Let's get started.
Our men's basketball team played their final home games of the season this past week, falling to Northeastern but beating Hofstra, who's ranked #1 in the CAA conference. Before facing Hofstra, the team recognized their seniors Trey Kalina, Daniel Edarama, Jacques Brown, and Devontae Kaycock, who holds the UNCW record for most career rebounds. Although the Seahawks were predicted to lose by 7 points, our boys beat the Pride 87-79. Devontae Kaycock posted his 20th double-double for the season against Hofstra, still the highest in the NCAA. Ty Gaston scored 17 points and was perfect from the free throw line. Kai Tays came in clutch with 11 assists. The Hawks' senior night victory broke their losing streak, and they'll close it out the season with the 3 games on the road, starting with Elon.
Women's basketball took to the road this past week, taking on Towson and James Madison on their home courts. Chinyer Bell and Gigi Smith scored 19 and 13 points respectively, but it wasn't enough to put away Towson, who pulled out the win 82-61. The girls then took their talents to Virginia to take on the Dukes of JMU. It was a tight contest, but JMU squeaked by 58-51. Lacey Suggs, Gigi Smith, and Chinyer Bell all put up double digits, while Timber Tate added 6 points and 7 rebounds of her own. The Lady Hawks come back home this week to take on Drexel, then turn their attention to Delaware for the home finale.
Men's tennis came out on top against Elon at home this past Friday, ending the Phoenix 6-match winning streak. Cole Groach and Michael Copeland won their singles and doubles matches, and so did Daniel Groom and Bruno Calla. Men's tennis came back on Sunday and picked up another W against Georgia Southern, beating them 6-1 and making them overall record 5-4. The boys will travel to San Diego, California for their next match.
Women's track took a trip to Blacksburg, Virginia to close out the indoor season this past weekend. CAA champ Courtney Cefalo placed 3rd in the long jump, while sophomore Micaiah Spencer finished 3rd in the high jump. Track will begin its outdoor season here in the Port City March 8th and 9th in the Wendy's Seahawk Invitational.
Our women's golf team tied for 8th in the Reynolds Lake Oconee Invite in Georgia this past weekend. Competing for the Seahawks were junior Tao Mai Wen, sophomore Rachel Mast, Fu Kine, and Eleonora Moisio. This was the first tournament since the Landfall tradition last October for our Seahawks. Their next tournament will be in the River Landing Classic in Wallace, North Carolina in March.
Our softball team was back in action this past weekend here at home in the Fairfield Inn & Suites Seahawks Softball Bash. They showed out, going 3-2 with a victory over Howard and 2 victories over Rhode Island. Freshman Gabriella Hessenthaler came out swinging, tallying 7 hits and 5 runs over the course of the weekend. The Lady Hawks take to the diamond next in Charleston, South Carolina for the Holy City Showdown.
Our baseball team kicked off their season with a tournament here in Wilmington, falling to St. Joseph's in their opener, but coming out on top against the Virginia Military Institute 5-2. On the mound, Henry Ryan got the win, and senior Blake Morgan was credited with a save after a perfect 9th inning. Cole Weiss, Kep Brown, and Riley Zakek all had 2 hits for the Seahawks. The boys then beat St. Joseph's the second time they met, 10-8, and beat Virginia Military Institute again on Sunday, 5-3. Our baseball team came out of their season opening tournament 3-1 and will play Coastal Carolina on Tuesday here in the Port City.
Well, that's it for us this week. Thanks for tuning in, and make sure to check back with us next week on our Facebook and YouTube channel at UNCW TealTV.
Also, look at our Twitter for live game updates at TealTV_sports. We'll see you next week from Brooks Field, and as always, be real
and keep it teal. See you next week.